Okay, so I'm Michael. This is a video for LASC 197M. This is my performance evaluation assignment. And my recent assignment is my second chem midterm. I earned a 82. I'm not very satisfied with this grade. I got a 96 on the first test, and I was a lot happier with that. That class is important to me, and it's one of my most challenging classes, so I would have liked to see a better grade. I do think that this pretty well reflects how much time I'd put into the assignment because I did a very minimal amount of study. Like, I didn't start studying until the day of the assignment, so that was a bad thing. I mean, I paid attention in lecture as much as I could. I did the homeworks, but I didn't really use my time very efficiently. It would have been better if I had planned to do like a certain number of hours per day studying. I did attend some office hours beforehand, but by the time that the actual exam was coming around, I hadn't attended them, and it probably would have been for the better if I had gone to both of the office hours that week because they were 2 days before the test. They would have been a good chance to study. As for taking the exam itself, I had everything I needed. I had a calculator, I had pencils, so I was fine. I'd say I submitted my best work. When I missed questions, they were just... The problem was that I did not know the content. It was not that I had not done the best job that I could have. When I got the assignment back, I was just about to go into a lecture, so I couldn't really be doing anything immediately to address it, but I have since resolved to spend more time on chem and maybe to focus a little more in lecture. And in terms of that class, I think that I just need to study more from the textbook as opposed to assigned materials, because there's some stuff on the tests where it's like, you can get a basic idea of them in class, but it's not going to be a fully useful idea of what you're going to need on the exam. You're going to need a little bit of knowledge that you can only get from the textbook. If I were to do anything differently, it would definitely be the study time. I think even just putting in an hour a day a week before, I could have... Because the test is on a Friday, so I could have done like 2 hours Saturday, Sunday, and then an hour every day throughout the week. I definitely have that time. And I mean, I would have just like read the textbook chapters, I would have looked over old homeworks, and primarily I would have the teachers post pretty comprehensive materials as far as reviewing for the tests go, so I think that going down those item by item and like reading the relevant textbook section, looking at the relevant homework, getting all of that together, and kind of just figuring out where my weak points are in each subject and working on those, I think would probably be the best course of action. And I think the main thing that needs to change for that to happen is that I need to start putting plans into action. Because, it was kind of the classic thing that happens where, like a week before the exam, you're like, I'll put in this much time every day. And then 5 days before the exam, you're like, I'll put in this much time. And, you end up putting in very little time overall when you had been planning to put in at least like 6-7 hours, which, I mean, even I think if I had done 6-7 hours, I probably would have gotten maybe like 5 to 8 points higher. I probably could have used 14 to 20 hours, which I could just do by doing 2 weeks before every exam, which is actually my plan for the next exam, because I realized that the way they're broken up, there's a lot of time between them, and it would be better if I just like, the Friday 2 weeks before the exam, I start studying. I do an hour every day. I work harder in lecture, I look over the homeworks, I look over the textbook, and that way it's in my brain every day, and I can hope to try and score in the 90s. I think that getting an 82 with minimal studying is a good baseline, but it's not the grade that I'd like to achieve in that course, so just overall, this has kind of proved to me that I thought this chem class would be something I could kind of blow off. It really is not. There are other classes I have that take a lot less work. I'm not doing a math class, so I'm not really demanded that much this year, or this semester at least. So I would like to, just next time, probably aim to log like 15 hours of studying, or at least 7, just so that, ideally I can have a really good idea of what's going on in the class and I can score like a 90. That would be probably my goal for our next exam.